Christensen, and I'm a business coach and brand advisor, and the founder of Women at Work. And the thing that I am most passionate about is helping small business owners reach their fullest potential. So, like I said, I want to thank you for being here tonight and for giving yourselves the time to create a vision and a strategy for how you're going to make that vision a reality. I wanted to offer this workshop tonight because I work with a lot of small business owners and I understand how busy you all are. And I see how easy it is to get caught up in the to-do list and just the running of your business, and how working on your business gets pushed away and pushed off and we never quite get there. So, I believe that without doing that work, and without creating a clear vision, of figuring out where it is we actually want to go, that we never really achieve real success or feel real fulfillment. And I want to explain to you why I feel that way. So for the first 15 years of my career, I was completely miserable. I listened to what other people told me about what I should do. They told me, you could make a lot of money doing this. You're really good at this, so maybe you should try this. And I basically just went with whatever sort of fell in my lap without really thinking about, what was important to me and where I wanted to go. But in 2011, I had an experience that changed everything. And at the time, I had my own boutique rug company called 27 Ground. I think I met you at that time. Which I launched in the middle of the financial crisis. I know, brilliant idea. And I found myself making a bunch of beige and gray rugs. And I wanted to pretty much shoot myself in the head because I was bored out of my mind. And my whole reason for getting into the rug business was for the creative opportunity, and I was feeling anything but creative. So as I was trying to figure out, I was really in this kind of dark place, trying to figure out what I was going to do next. I started doing some consulting for another rug company. It was located on Robertson Boulevard, and I was in their office one day and I kind of lost track of time, and I had an appointment with an interior designer that I was running late for, and I run out to the parking lot, to get in my car, and there's a UPS truck that is blocking the driveway, and no UPS driver anywhere to be found. So I start frantically running up and down Robertson Boulevard, peeking in windows, trying to figure out where the driver is to get him to move and whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And as I make my final turn to just run back to my car, I bump into somebody. And just as I'm about to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I look up and I realize that the person that I've run into is the street artist Shepard Fairey.
Wow.
So, I want to set the stage for you as far as timing and what was happening, during this time. So, like I said, it was 2011. I'd just seen the movie Exit Through the Gift Shop. I had just been to Art in the Street, which was the first street art exhibit to be hosted by a museum ever. It was at Mocha in downtown LA. Maybe some of you went. And I had just seen Shepard Fairey on TMZ the week before. Yes, I used to watch that show. Please don't judge. So the point of all this is that his face was super fresh in my mind. So as soon as I had the recognition, my body had a reaction, which was to go like this. And I literally, instead of saying, I'm so sorry, I was like, oh, you're Shepard Fairey. And then I was like, oh my God, put your arm down. And I was like, okay, be cool. And I was like, so, what are you doing in this neighborhood? So I think of him being kind of downtown and all that. And so, we started talking, and it turned out he was in the neighborhood to start work on his mural on the West Hollywood Library. And we stood there talking for what felt like maybe 15 minutes. It might have been 5, but it felt like 15 minutes. Just talking about, like I said, Exit Through the Gift Shop. We were talking about the show downtown and what his mural was going to be all about. And, finally the conversation kind of came to a close, and I said goodbye, and just, so happy to meet you. And it wasn't until about an hour later that I literally slapped myself on the head, and I was like, oh my God, why didn't you tell him anything about what you do? That was such a missed opportunity. And that's when my first vision started to take shape. And, you know, as I mentioned before, I was at a time in my career where I was feeling really uninspired. You know, again, it was during the, you know, economic crisis. And, you know, I had a feeling there were a lot of people in the industry that were feeling uninspired too. And so I just felt this drive to, you know, create something that might bring some life back into, you know, the industry. And that vision was to do that by creating street art rugs. And my idea was to start with Shepherd and then move on to the other two artists who also did murals on the West Hollywood Library, which was Kenny Sharp and Retna. So I want to emphasize this because I think this is really important and nobody ever talks about this. I had no idea how I was going to do this. No idea. And I was talking about working with two, you know, world-renowned artists, and Shepherd and Kenny Sharp, and then also working with like the new hot artist on the scene, which was Retna, okay? And it's little old me who has no showroom, is selling rugs out of the trunk of my car, okay? But I could not help but be pulled by this vision of creating, you know, a almost permanent piece of art, which, you know, rugs can last, you know, over 100 years, out of an ephemeral art form, you know, and it had all of the things I wanted, which was, it was edgy, but it was also about what the street artist stood for, right? So if we think about Shepard Fairey in particular, you know, he's an activist, and he's been arrested over 23 times. And I just thought to myself, you know, I want that. I want to be so passionate about what I do, like that I'm willing to be arrested for it. Like, I want some of that, you know? So, lo and behold, I did create a limited edition series of rugs with those three artists and many others. But there's another little secret I wanna let you in on, which is there's nothing special about me, okay? And I'm gonna say that again. There is nothing special about me. Anyone can do this. And it's all about mindset and having a strong belief and desire to bring your vision into the world. And if your belief and passion for that vision is stronger than any obstacle that pops up, you're gonna make it a reality. So who is ready to jump in and do this exercise?